Frank Gore is still playing and he's still going strong because he has signed a 1 year deal with the New York Jets. He's going to his 16th season. Right now, Frank Gore is third in rushing yards in NFL history. He's only behind Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton.
Wow.
So,
That's pretty elite company right there.
it's damn elite company right there. It might sound like he's 1,379 yards behind Walter Payton, but Frank Gore hasn't showed any signs of stopping.
At all.
I could still, going into the season, he's in his 16th. I can see him honestly making 18. So if we're talking 13, so about 1,400 yards, 700 yards a season isn't out of the realm of possibility. So
Yeah, that's not at all.
Frank
He
Gore
can honestly
is going to
do
play. I honestly, truly believe that Frank Gore is still playing because he wants to at least catch Walter Payton. That is a fact, and because a competitor like Frank Gore, he is going to be this guy, highly motivated, a lot of doubters. Most people say he shouldn't even be playing still, but look what he's been doing. He's still been chugging along. Adrian Pearson, just last season with the Redskins, he kind of had a re-emergence with his NFL
definitely.
career. And so it is still possible. It is definitely possible. And I would imagine if in a couple of seasons he actually is able to pass Walter Payton for second all
Honestly,
time.
If you
Oh
look
my
at
gosh.
that Jets backfield, he could honestly, with Le'Veon Bell and him spelling Le'Veon, if Le'Veon is still there, we don't know how that situation is going to turn out still yet. We can honestly see him go for around 600 to 700 yards. Frank Gore is not a guy who's had lately too many.
Trevor Jacobson, thanks for subscribing, homie. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
Thank you. I just texted him.
Hey, there we go.
But he hasn't really had a lot of, we don't know if it's like he's hiding them at all, and he's hiding injuries and slowing down, but he really hasn't had a lot of public injuries lately.
He's also one of those more old school guys that it's suffer in silence. That the whole mentality. He's old school as hell. He still runs like an old school running back. Just smash mouth, north, south, and if you're in his way, he's just going to put you in the dirt. There's no juking. There's hardly any juking with Frank Gore. You used to see his when he was with the Niners, when he was amazing with the Niners. But man, Frank Gore is a scary guy. But also, not only is that he's a great guy to have on a team. You think if anyone's able to, he's going to be keeping Le'Veon Bell in check.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to put Le'Veon in check a little bit. I think Le'Veon was a little off of his game last year.
Going bowling at midnight, all that fun stuff that Frank Gore doesn't do.
I think Frank Gore could definitely teach him a couple of things. Le'Veon's a great running back when he wants to be, but I think Frank Gore could tell him a couple more things about being a vet in the league. You could always learn something new. There's always somebody that knows something you don't.
Exactly.
So,
no,
definitely a great situation for Le'Veon.
Yeah, I do miss Gore on the Niners. That Niners era when they had Frank Gore, that was. Oh.
I don't.
Why, Jalen?
Having to play him 2 times a year, that is not something you want for your defense.
For mental, on the mental side, on the statute side, and also for the injury report side, seeing a bunch of people get ran the hell over by freight train.
Nah, that's not something you want to see.
But I do want to see Frank Gore stay in the league, stay healthy, still make an impact, and I might have him on my bench in fantasy football just because.
Just because.
He's just one of those guys. That'd be great.
Or I might actually draft Le'Veon this year. Not first, obviously. He's kind of.
No, I drafted 2 years ago. I drafted Le'Veon Bell with my second overall pick in the draft. The year before that, I took David Johnson second overall.
He got injured week 1.
Yeah, I don't have a good track record with running backs. And then last season, I took Saquon Barkley, and he got injured. So I'm cursed. It's official.
Who do you think, Ross, this year? Who are you taking with your first overall pick?
Dude, I don't even know anymore.
You don't? Honestly, this has been the first year.
Saquon again, Christian McCaffrey. It's going to be a running back because it's obviously going to be a running back because I play in PPR. But, dude, I don't know. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter because it never works out for me anyway. I still, in the last 3 years, I still haven't had a first-round draft pick that was on my team and playing at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
It's so
I started
bad.
off really strong when I started playing fantasy.
Yep.
I always want to play fantasy because I thought it was a little bit more complicated than it actually is. I mean, it's complicated, but not.
But it's fun, man. It's real fun.
Yeah, but I started off real strong. I won championships in like my first 2-3 years playing.
Respect.
And then after that, it's been downhill. I mean, last year I made a comeback. It was kind of a crazy comeback. I was last in the league about halfway through. And then I somehow won pretty much all of the second half of the season games and got the final seed. But you end up going against the best guy.
That's a whole offense in Carolina.
Yeah, and then
you're not wrong. Not wrong.
Ended up getting kicked out after that.
That's a bummer, dog. The last 3 years, I've lost in the semifinals of playoffs.
Ouch.
I love it. I love fantasy football. Let's move away from that because I hate that.
One last thing.
Yes.
My worst fantasy football year was I forgot to change my quarterbacks before I woke up at the game started at 10. We're here in California, obviously. So I woke up at 9:58 and I ran to grab my phone and I grabbed it, and right as I was trying to put Cam Newton, that was Cam Newton's MVP season. Right as I was trying to put Cam Newton in, it says you have to update this app first, and the app update took all the way until 10 o'clock.
Oh no!
And I had Carson Palmer, and Carson Palmer didn't do bad.
That's a fat ass F, Jalen. That's a fat ass F.
Carson Palmer put up like 28 points that week, but I ended up needing Cam Newton put up 48 points that week, and a regular, like, no bonus points or anything, just a normal week put up like 48 points, and I needed exactly 45 points to win that week.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, so
damn,
that one hurt.
Hey, Jalen, that's what you get for sleeping in. Never sleep in.
Yeah, I slept in.